All right, everybody. Welcome back. Time for another episode of Doom Scrolling. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Let's see. Liberal Party of Canada has completely captured the Canadian judiciary, which is now rigged beyond repair. Yep, yep. Canada's broken. Full stop. It's just broken. Um, I don't know how to fix it other than to shake things up a little bit, shall we say. Illegals getting social security numbers. That's kind of why Elon and Doge are doing their thing, right? So, yeah, we'll go Doge. There is no greater peace, no deeper joy, no safer place than in the arms of the Savior. Absolutely. Like that one. All right, let's see what Cat Canada is. Shout out Cat Canada. She's got good content. She's really firecracker, kind of like Laura Loomer in a lot of ways. Same kind of energy, just slightly different approach. Not so in your face as Laura Loomer is. Not that that's bad. It's just yeah. Let's see. According 2 weeks ago, Bill C-69 is a barrier to Canadian energy projects. Yep, which it is. Carney on April 1st will not be replaying Bill C-69. Yeah, see, I just will probably see this here. But the problem is Carney is a liar, and he doesn't know how to tell the truth. And they say they repealed the carbon tax bill. Nah, they just paused it momentarily while they're doing elections, right? The elections or the campaigning is going on currently in Canada for you Americans that didn't know. The federal election is coming end of April 28th, I believe it is. And so what Mark Carney has done is temporarily paused the carbon tax in the hopes that when the election is done, he can put it back like quadruple or whatever, even higher than it was prior. Because in his own words, he said that the carbon tax was too low. So yeah, there's that. Yes, 100%. Alberta is the keystone of the entire federation, right? Without Alberta oil and the billions of dollars that is funneled east to float these provinces that kill their own industry, they would be sunk. So Alberta independence is growing, by the way. If you thought it was dying down, no. All this rhetoric and lying from Mark Carney is only accelerating it, which is something. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Protesters or oh man, those Tesla protesters. I saw another thing that all this Tesla stuff is really only solidifying people one way or the other. Like if you're a mentally ill, a left wing whack job, then there's really not a lot of help for you. But if you are a fence sitter or like, hey, well, I like Teslas or whatever, just a normal average Joe, we'll just say, and you see these protests, you're like, I like Teslas or whatever, it tends to either put you in one camp or the other. There's really not a lot of middle ground, unfortunately. Not that you should be a fence sitter, but pick a camp, right? So I'm firmly in I do not like Teslas for a number of reasons, but I would support Elon even regardless of that. I just wouldn't buy a Tesla. I'm not a electronic car guy. I just don't think they're as good as people uh, make them out to be. I'd rather just drive my regular internal combustion engine. So, oh, auditing money. Oh yeah, this is a big one. $187 billion in infrastructure plans. This is Canada at its finest, you know? Like, hey, let's give our cronies these government contracts and nothing ever gets built. Gosh, what the heck? Ah, just annoying. When unity is on the ballot, why is Alberta and Saskatchewan the only ones that are not unified with the rest of Canada? Just saying. Yeah, remember Quebec? Yeah, Quebec wants out too, but that's different. You know, it's funny because if referendums are on the bill for Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Quebec, that would be interesting. So yeah, yeah. VP's warnings about democracy in Europe proven prophetic with ban on Le Pen in French election. I mean, that's absolutely a travesty. Marine Le Pen, for those of you who don't remember, there's was on her way to winning the French presidential election. Now they have rounds, as from what I understand. I don't understand how their voting system goes, but I understand they have rounds. So it's like round one, you have to. Uh, I think it's kind of like playoffs type of thing. You have a bunch of people, and then they go have a round of voting, and then they pare it down from like 32 candidates to 8 or 2 or 3 or whatever. Anyway, she won the first round of voting, and then there was some shenanigans, and she ended up losing. But then it's compromised elections and illegals voting and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that she lost is really not surprising. The sad part is that they are throwing her in jail for uh, fraud or some made up charges. Uh, anyway, something that's easy to fake. So, whatever, because she wants to make France great and uh, deport all these illegals and things like Trump is doing. But the globalists don't want that, so out she goes. Whatever. Anyway, that's all that we're gonna do for today. Thanks for uh, participating in this episode of Doom Scrolling. Like, share, subscribe. That's it. That's all. There is no more.